Hey guys, it's Sanam and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am doing a spring inspired makeup tutorial and I absolutely love this look. It's super fresh and glowy and dewy. The skin just looks really pretty for spring, and then the eyes are just super wet and glistening. So I actually recreated this look that I did in my MAC Petal Power video. If you guys haven't seen that, I will put it down below or up here. So I did this tutorial for you guys today, and let me know down below if you guys want to still see makeup tutorials. I don't know if anyone even watches them anymore. Everything I'm using today is going to be listed down below, and I will have links to everything so you guys can go straight to purchase them if you want to buy them. So I'm making it easy for you guys, and yeah, let's just jump straight into this spring inspired makeup tutorial. Before we jump straight into the video, let me know if you guys prefer this lighting when I'm doing my makeup or with this lighting in the back. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I feel like maybe this might be a little bit better to see the product. So I'm going to use this darker lighting just to do the makeup. So I'm first going to start off with my Fourth Ray Beauty Watermelon Face Milk, and this is basically going to give me really nice hydration. It's also going to be a good base for my foundation. So this is going to give you a really pretty glow and give you hydration, like I said. So I absolutely love this stuff. They have so many different scents, so if you're not a fan of watermelon, they do have other scents as well. This really just melts into the skin and creates a really nice base to work with, so your foundation glides on really smoothly. So you can see it creates a really pretty glow, and I think I'm just going to leave it at that. So now for foundation, I'm going to go into the NARS Sheer Glow, and because this is a spring look, I want the skin to be really glowy and a little bit of a medium coverage rather than full coverage. So the NARS Sheer Glow is perfect for that. It's going to give you the glowiness, and at the same time it's going to give you nice coverage without looking too cakey. So the shade I have is Gobi, and everything I'm using today is listed down below with links if you want to go straight to purchase them. Like I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to start putting links to everything to make it easy for you guys. So I'm just blending this out, and like I said, I'm going to do a really thin layer, and if I need to build it up more, I will. I'm going to leave the coverage at that. I don't want to build up too much. I'm moving on to my eyes now, and the eye primer I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer in Cream. I did a whole video on this, and I'm going to give it another go. So actually I'm going to use it with a brush today. I think this might apply better with a brush, so I'm just going to... yeah, I think it's a lot creamier with a brush. I'm just going to set my eyes with this to create a nice even base for the eyeshadow. So now that I have my base down, I'm going to move on to eyes. And so the palette that I used in that video is the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. This is the perfect spring palette to use. It has all the eyeshadows you need. It is such a great palette, and it's super affordable. Those are the colors there. You get really nice peachy pinky shades. Again, perfect for spring. You get some golds in there, really nice rich browns. And honestly, I just think this just screams spring. You know, even the packaging, it's got all the flowers and, you know, blossoms and all that stuff. I just think it's such a great palette to have. So the first shade I'm going to use is Work It, which is this one right here. And I don't want to make this look too strong because I want it to still be wearable for every day, and I want to keep everything quite fresh, but I am at the same time recreating the look that I wore in that video. So this was the first shade that I laid down. I also feel like this is the only palette you need for spring. You don't even need to dig into any other palette if you're creating a nice spring peachy pinky look, because you have everything here, and you have really great formulas as well, glitters, shimmers and mattes. So the next shade I'm going to go into is called West Side, which is this brown. Taking my Morphe M506 and I'm packing that just on the outer V. Then I took the tiniest amount of ICYMI. I don't know what that shade is supposed to be, but I'm just gonna rock it a little bit between the outer V and the transition shade. So just mesh the two together so you have a little bit more of a gradient and blend. And this ties in a little bit of peachiness as well because it is a peachy shade. Now for the star of the show, the eyeshadow that I had on my lid was this color right here. And this one is called Side to Side, and it is, let me just swatch it, so glittery and metallic, but in a wearable way. So I'm just going to use it dry and just pretty much pack this on. So this is what created a really nice wet look on the eyes, because it's not glittery to the point where you have a ton of fallout, but it still gives a really nice high shine. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. So I just turned the lights off, so I hope you guys can see how pretty this glitter is. It's like super pretty. So much more better in person, but I hope you guys can tell it just looks really glittery and shiny on the eyes. So now I'm going into eyeliner, and I'm using the MAC Brushblack Eyeliner, one of my favorites ever, and I'm just creating a really simple wing. You can opt for a brown eyeliner instead if you do feel like the black is too harsh. Now going into mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, and I love this one. Now it's time for the skin, and I'm going into concealer. So the concealer I'm using today is also by NARS, and this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, one that everyone knows, and this is in the shade Vanilla. And I'm just applying a little bit of this underneath my eyes, and because this is supposed to be a nice fresh and glowy spring look, I don't want to go too heavy and use something like Tarte Shape Tape. So a concealer like this is so great because it's got the dewiness to it. I mean, we've all said it with powder, but you can just leave it like that, and it's super thin. It's not a heavy full coverage. And when it comes to spring makeup and summer makeup, you really want to keep everything super light in terms of consistency. Make sure you're using products that are super thin and not too heavy. And then to set my concealer, I'm using the Fenty Butter Powder, and I've been absolutely loving this powder. So I'm just going to take a light amount of that and put it on the back of my hand so it doesn't have a lot of powder, and just pretty much stamp it on the back of your hand so you get an even coat on the sponge. And then just set your under eyes, look up, and set all the way out. Same thing again, because sometimes you can get too much powder on the sponge, so you just want to press it into the back of your hand and then go in, and it creates a nice even layer of powder underneath the eyes. Now for bronzer, I'm going into the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer. I don't even know if anyone uses this anymore. This one is in Sunkissed, which is a really nice warm toned bronzer. And I'm just going to apply this with a light hand where my cheekbones are, and then start to push up. So what you're essentially doing is stamping the product into the skin, but also buffing it upwards. So you create a really nice bronzed gradient effect. And I'm super pale, if you guys don't already know. So I love a lot of bronzer because it really warms up my face and, you know, makes me look a little tanned. Like I have some color into my skin, even though I really don't. And then for blusher, the blusher that I used in that video to create that look was the MAC Breath of Plum blusher. And this is one of my favorite blushes of all time. As you can see, I've hit pan. Also, it goes with every single skin tone. If you're of a darker skin tone, lighter than me, medium skin tone, this blush just looks amazing on everyone. And it is described more as like a light plum shade. So if you're not a fan of pink blushes, don't be afraid of this because it's not really pink. It's more of a purpley plum shade. And I know that sounds scary, but but trust me, it looks beautiful on everyone, and you're going to see why right now. So let me apply a little bit of that just to the apples of the cheeks. I mean, it is just the perfect blusher shade, and I like to take a little bit like right here, almost under the eyes. I got this trick from Ariel, if that's how you say his name. He's Kylie Jenner's makeup artist. I just completely had a brain freeze. He's Kylie Jenner's makeup artist, and he said that he uses the blush like just underneath, almost like you're putting it under the eyes, and it really just lifts up the face. So I have been loving that tip. And then for highlighter, I use the brand new MAC Lightscapade powder. This is what I used in the video when I was reviewing it. I actually had this on the cheeks. This is what I use, and it just creates the softest, beautiful glow on the cheeks. It's not too glittery, which I love, because sometimes I'm not really a fan of super blinding highlights. And as you can see, this just creates like a really nice, what's that word? Ethereal glow? I think that's the word. And I just want to put this everywhere. I just want to bathe in this. I'm going to finish off the rest of my eyes on my lower lash line. So I'm taking West Side, which was that nice brown, and just put that underneath the eyes. Some mascara on the bottom lash line, and then we're going to go into lips. So for my lips, I actually used one lipstick only, and this was the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Pure Hollywood. One that I feel like everyone probably has, and this is just the perfect spring pink lip color. It is a really, really nice pale pink, but not too pale, so it's going to go with a lot of skin tones. And as you can see, it's a nice neutral pink as well. It's not going to have too much cool toneness to it or warm toneness. It is just a really, really, really pretty pink. And this will dry down as well, and it will stay all day. So this is what the finished look looks like, and I hope you guys really, really love it. It's super fresh and just spring inspired. I absolutely love how it came out. And again, I will have everything listed down below for you guys if you want to go straight to the product and see what I used. I'm just going to do a little bit of head turning so you guys can see. So if you guys really loved the look, I absolutely love how it turned out. And yeah, I just think it's such a fun one, and you guys can easily recreate this using anything you have at home. So I hope you guys really liked the look. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I will see you guys all in my next video.